how did they back out? Like what precautions were taken to make sure that he couldn't back out? And so what happened was they signed a letter of intent or something where the guy promised to give them 14 million. And then when he saw that it wasn't working, he pulled his money out. So that's smart on his part, not smart on Michael's part. Because what he basically did was it's almost like somebody saying, um, yeah, everybody thinks that there's hot lava in that pool, but it's actually called cool water. So let's jump in together to prove to everybody that really the water is actually really nice and that you're not going to get burned up in the lava. And then the person's like, "That's a great idea. Okay, you jump first, and after you jump, I'm gonna jump after you." Right? Like that's kind of what I visualize. Like because both of them were investing. He was investing money. Michael was investing reputation capital. So he was investing financial capital. Michael was investing reputation capital, relationship capital. So he got Michael to invest before he invested. And he's like, yeah, yeah, you go and get started. I'll be right behind you. I'll be ready, going out there with your gun. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna have your back. I'm gonna be right behind you. Well, you better have a lot of trust in that situation, but really, trust isn't enough, right? You want to make sure that people have skin in the game. They have whole theories about this. They call them lemon theories in finance. And basically, it just says if you have a partner in an investment, you got to make sure that if things go bad, that they lose just like you lose. Like dating somebody. If you're a young woman that's 30 years old and you want to have kids, and a man says, "Yeah, let's date each other. Let's see how it goes," and 2 or 3 years goes by and he's not willing to sign a contract and make a commitment, then what's happened is he's asking you to invest some of the best years of your life, your 30s, into a relationship that may or may not work out, and he's investing nothing because he can maybe pick up and go get married at 45 or 50 years old and still have kids. Whereas it's harder for a woman to do that. I'm not saying it's impossible. I don't want to put limits on anybody, but you know the difference there, right? So an optimal contracting situation would be one where you say, I need you to put some skin in the game. I need to have a situation. This is why marriage actually makes logical sense in some situations. What it says is it says you can't just tell me you love me. You got to prove that you love me. And the way you prove that you love me is you sign a contract that says if this does not work out, I'm going to feel some pain and you're going to feel just as much pain as I feel. You got skin in the game. You're in it with both feet just like me. We're jumping into the lava together. And if one of us gets burned up, both of us get burned up. That's what you look for in a business deal. And that's what I would encourage you to look for is make sure that it's not a situation. Because I'm gonna tell you, when you start getting money, you're gonna run into people that are gonna say, okay, you put in all the money, you take all the risk, and then we'll split the reward. Right? No, smart investors don't do that. What smart investors do is they structure deals a lot of times the way record labels structure deals. They say, okay, I'll give you, $100,000. I recoup all my money first, and then we split the profits after I recoup my money, after I get my money back. And some people think these deals are bad and exploitative. Some of them are, but they're not always exploitative. If you are the person that has the capital, if you don't worked your butt off, you've been investing consistently for 10, 20 years, when you have 200,000, 200,000 in your account, and somebody else in your family knows it, they're gonna come to you with a business idea. They're gonna say, "Hey, generational wealth, and if as families we should invest together. And I know you love me, Grandma. So here's my idea, right? And because you love your grandbaby, you're gonna want to participate. And so what can happen is that they can want you to put up all the money. And what's even worse is I've seen this happen where it's just a great idea but they've never done it before. This is not something they've proven they can execute on. And I can tell you with complete certainty from experience that there are so many business scenarios I've gone into where I thought I knew for sure how it was going to go, what was required, how it was going to work out, where I would get surprised all along the way. You get a whole education as you're climbing the learning curve, no matter what it is. And here I was, I'm not stupid. I mean, I'm talking about businesses I started 12 years after I finished my PhD, where I still realized that there were so many things I had to learn as I went along. It was very humbling, right? So ultimately, just be really careful. Like preservation of capital must be your goal. You want to be skeptical, extremely conservative, and like here, I'll throw a little bit out there. Let's just see how that goes and show me some results, and then maybe I'll have some more.